Joined by recent Fordham softball graduate Madie Aughinbaugh, Emmanuel Barbari. Madie, how are you doing? How are you hanging in during this entire time?
I'm doing pretty good, hanging in, just staying busy. Nothing special.
So we start there. Why don't you take us through what this situation has been like, day in the life? You're in Maryland right now, your hometown. What's it like roaming around home every day?
It's definitely been an adjustment, but at the end of the day, it's nice being around family. I haven't been at home for this long of a time since I got to Fordham, so it's been nice being around family, trying to keep a routine, still work out every day, get some softball in, but yeah, other than that, not really busy.
This pandemic hit sort of suddenly, and then the season was canceled, and you were already on your way in, nearing conference play. What was your and the team's reaction when the news hit and everything started to unravel on the sports front?
I would say disbelief. Like, we were in the airport on our way to our last preseason tournament in Charleston, and when the coach told us that everything was postponed, we were like, there's no way. Like, they're just going to do it a couple weeks. Things are going to be back to normal. Like, there's no way that all of Division I sports are going to get canceled for the year. And then later that day when they canceled it, I mean, it was just devastating. We all just sat in the gym and cried, honestly. Like, it's just not something you can prepare for in any way, shape, or form. And it was just heartbreaking.
Did you think your Fordham softball career was done at that point?
I don't think I could have mentally handled thinking that, because I wasn't ready to put up my cleats in any way. So I was holding out hope, especially because I feel like the NCAA, even though they didn't officially state it until a couple weeks after, like, the statements they were giving out is like they were doing everything to try to give us our year back. So I was holding out hope.
So the good news is you're looking to come back for a grad year, and congratulations on graduating, by the way. So
Yes,
you look
thank you.
ahead to that. What was your decision process to not end things there and then ultimately take the extra year to make sure you have another ride at this?
As soon as as soon as NCAA told us that the year was back, Coach Melissa called me and she goes, "We want you back." And I was like, "I don't want to be anywhere else. So I'm coming back. You have me for another year." And I was already going to do grad school anyway. I was going to do a coaching, like a grad assistant position wherever. I hadn't decided yet, but I was planning on going back to school anyway. So it wasn't that hard.
Speaking of the academic front, how does that factor into the decision to come back for a grad year? What will you be doing academically next year behind the scenes while you pursue another championship?
So I will be getting my master's degree in public media. And out of all the other options I had for schools, you really can't top Fordham. So no brainer again with that.
So you have three A10 titles in 3 years. The team has seven A10 titles straight overall. But in 2019, you shared that title with George Washington. And the team is on record essentially saying that didn't sit well with them. Was that part of the reason you had such a motivation to come back, give it another ride, try to come out on top?
Oh, for sure. Definitely a little bit of salt to the wound, but yeah, just no one likes to share on our team. No one likes to have to share any sort of title. We want to be the only one on top. So there was definitely a lot of motivation heading into A10 play this year.
So for those who may not know you and for those who aren't your teammates, where does that competitive drive come from? Not only for you, but for everyone who's in the program?
Just as soon as you step on campus in the fall and we have our first team meeting, it's driven into that's what Fordham softball is about. Like, we're the queens of the A10, bring it home to the Bronx every year. That's where it belongs, It's just instilled in us from day one as we get on campus.
Your teammates and your coaches also say that no one works harder than you. You lead by example. Your work ethic is off the charts. Where does that work ethic come from that is basically unmatched and leads you to where you are today?
I got to shout out my parents on that one. They always did everything I could to make sure I had the best chance of success. And even when you don't like it sometimes, they always have practices lined up for you. And my dad just instilled in me, like, to be the best, you got to work the hardest. Like, you can have talent, but doesn't mean anything if you don't work hard at it. Someone will outwork you. You got to just learn how to stay on top.
So coming out of high school, you had a 0.45 ERA in your senior year,
You did
and
some
you struck
research.
out over 200. Oh, I appreciate that. It's over 200 strikeouts in your senior season. Now, the reason I say that isn't only to show off that I did research, but to show that you had options coming out of high school. What made Fordham so appealing for your college destination?
Um, I would just say that when I stepped on campus, it felt like home. I mean, Coach Bridget, she was down at Villanova. She was a huge part in my decision. Like, she had no other coach showed interest in me like the way she did. She was on me all the time. And then when I got here and I saw the environment and I saw the culture that she kind of encouraged and the girls encouraged, it was just a winning mentality. Like, the confidence that the girls had, it just felt like something you wanted to be a part of. So.
Last year, Atlantic 10 Pitcher of the Year, second straight year, Atlantic 10 Most Outstanding Player in the tournament. What elevates your game in conference play? It seems every year there's just a switch that turns on, and all of a sudden you're the one pushing your team towards the finish line.
I hate to lose, man. That's it. I just hate to lose. And you know what? My team always has my back. Got to have theirs. And when it comes down to it, that's part of what Fordham is. We find a way to win. We do what we have to do to win. And just really, I hate losing.
You mentioned hating to lose. You cite the 2018 A10 Championship when we talked prior as your favorite memory in a Ram uniform. From that winning season, what sticks out above all the other softball moments you've had?
Just the way we came together, it gives me chills talking about it. But I mean, on paper, anyone on our team, like, this is not a dig at Fordham softball, but anyone will tell you that year, on paper, UMass, hands down, statistically better than us. And I think one of the best things about Fordham softball is, like, we always say we're a family, and families always have each other's back, no matter there's personal issues aside off the field, like, you put them away and you're a family. And just that whole entire tournament, watching everyone kind of live up to that that promise that Fordham is your family, like Fordham softball is your second family, and seeing everyone do it for one another rather than yourself, it's one of the best things I've ever been a part of.
2019, you come back, you do win the Atlantic 10 title, although it wasn't in the traditional form. And then after carrying your team through that Atlantic 10 tournament, you go to Seattle, and those were two highly competitive games and two very well-pitched games on your part. Given that they were such close outcomes despite being blanked, how close did you feel the team was to taking that ultimate next step and pushing past into the super regional phase?
I think we were one hit away each time, even against UW. I mean, they have an insane pitcher. Like, they were an insane team. They went to the Women's College World Series, but it was one play away, one hit we would have had here instead of an out, and it could have been ours. Like, you know, the game doesn't know who you are. Anyone can win on any given day. It's pretty cool.
So you've experienced the A10 Championship thrill. Is that something you want to check off before your college career is done? Is that something you eye as you enter this graduate year, pushing past that regional phase?
Oh, for sure. Yes. That's been a goal of ours since my first day I stepped on campus. When I was on my freshman year, probably one of the best softball teams Fordham's seen. That senior class was insane, but it was instilled then, like, we've gotten here, we belong here. We need to find a way to get to the next level. So I think that's something we've been working at since I got on campus, and that's something they're going to continue to work at until we get there. And then the next step will be Women's College World Series, you know, always shooting to be better.
Before the season ultimately got halted, the team was young and the team was trying to group together before conference play. Is there anything the coaches are doing to keep you guys motivated and to make sure you're ready come the season to take that next step?
Oh, for sure. And they've done a really good job at making sure we all are staying connected. We have Zooms every 2 weeks, and the coaches reach out to us weekly. And I think they've done a really good job at making us still feel like we're close, even though we're so far away from each other. And as a team, we've done stuff to, like, keep each other motivated. Like, one of our she'll be an upperclassman now. Oh, that's cool. she'll be an upperclassman now. She kind of got everyone together to run a 5K together just to see like if we could get great times. And some girls never have run long distance, and it just like to motivate each other to keep pushing forward and kind of still feel each other's presence even though we're really far away.
All right, Madie, a couple rapid fire before we let you go. Any favorite hobbies during the quarantine right now, or favorite hobbies in general that have carried over into the quarantine?
I love walking my dogs every night. The bugs have been really bad lately. I don't know how it is about you guys, but the bugs are out and the pollen's out, so it's been really bad. But every night when we take them on their like nighttime potty walk, we like let them race up our driveway, and then my brother slow-mo videos it, and that's probably one of the highlights of my day. And also just kind of time to yourself, appreciating the little things, working on stuff, you know.
Your team loves Starbucks. Favorite Starbucks order?
Trenta green tea
Oh, there it is.
and extra ice every day.
Everyone take note the next time you're at your local Starbucks. And just before we let you go, you talked about refusing to lose and that drive to win. Any pregame music, pregame song that gets you in the right frame of mind?
I don't know if it's a song, and I mean, my teammates and my coaches will say this, I'm a little crazy when it's game mode. Like I have a switch that I flip, but I just always think about the times where I didn't come out on top and like how I wanted to prove people wrong, and it gets me angry and motivates me to get the dub. But I change up my playlist every year. So yes, I have like 20 songs I play before every game starting that year, but it's not like the same songs every year. So, yeah.
Well, Madie, appreciate you taking the time. Great to learn more about you, and best of luck moving into the graduate year as you look to take home yet another A10 title. We appreciate you doing this.
Thank you.